What's going on, everybody? We are back for another Moon Knight review. Now, once again, let me go ahead and apologize that this review is coming in late. I had a very long day, had some other things I had to take care of, was finally able to watch the second episode of Moon Knight. And I'm just going to say this, there's been a lot of controversy about this series thus far about, it sucks, or it's very boring, or it's just plain all kind of things that I've been hearing throughout just seeing through the internet. And overall, there is times when it's boring, but there is times when it's rather interesting. And I will say that it was getting a tiny bit more interesting this episode because we do see where Steven wakes up, and when he does, he starts remembering everything. He goes to the museum, and when he looks at security footage, all I see is him. They don't see what chased him. He gets booted from his job, and when he's trying to find the key to the scarab for what he took from the one Arthur, he starts going to different storage units, and then finally he finds one that apparently knows who he is. He's always there, and he goes in the storage unit, and he finds a bunch of mirrors with a bed and guns, a passport, and all kinds of different random stolen goods. And then him and Mark have a discussion where he finally reveals that there are three different deities in his head. You got Steven, you got Mark, and then you got the Moon God, who apparently we find out that Mark made a deal with this Moon God so that he'd be able to survive, and he's going to do his work, and then he'll let him go once his work is fulfilled. And for some reason, either Steven was the main host or it was Mark, so it's a little hard to kind of counter. And we find out when he starts running, we see the Moon God as well, and we see where he meets Layla, Steven does, and he finds out that he's actually married to her. His alternate personality, Mark, is married to her, and we see where she's wanting to have him sign divorce papers because clearly that's what he wanted. And he tries to explain to her, this is not what I wanted. I am not, Mark, I am Steven. And he tries to explain to her about everything. She knows about the suit. She knows about everything. But at the same time, she does not know that I'm guessing Mark had an alter personality by the name of Steven. So she is slowly, I guess, figuring out that he has multiple personalities. Then when he is trying to figure out what's going on, he gets visited by these cops in England, and they take him to Arthur, who I guess they work for him or are loyal to him, and he later starts talking to Steven, and he even reveals that he was once, I'm trying to figure out how to say the Moon God power, the name, because Khonshu, I think is how you say the name, Khonshu, because he apparently was the former Avatar, which was the host to Arthur was to this Moon God. And I guess he went against him or something, because he was even making fun of him. He was saying, like, when he doesn't get his way, he has tantrums, and he got banished by all the other gods. And he later reveals that what his plans are for this one god to bring her back and destroy all evil before evil all happens. And Steven even says, so you're willing to kill a child before that child even does anything, if they're going to be doing any kind of evil. And he pretty much says, like, yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to do. And we see that he even says, like, look, he says, I can understand wanting to stop evil, but killing a child before they even do anything, that's a little, horrendous. And he starts going into details about, if you sever a limb, it's going to help the health. And he says, well, it's not a severed limb, it's a human being. So overall, what we see is them two arguing back and forth, and he later starts telling him that he wants a scarab, and Mark is arguing with him, saying, don't give up Layla, do not give up Layla. But when this happens, Layla shows up with the scarab. They try running. Arthur summons another jackal to go after Steven and Layla, and when this happens, she's telling him to summon the suit. He's unable to because, of course, it being Steven, it's not Mark. So when this happens, we see where during all the chaos, they get attacked, and then Steven somehow summons the suit. But it's not the suit that we see and we normally been wanting to see. We see this other suit, with an actual suit, like a suit, tie, mask, the whole 9 yards. and he starts making a comment like, "Oh, I look quite, sharp," and he starts fighting a little bit. He's starting to learn how to fight slowly, but at the same time, he's still learning more about the suit. And he tries fighting this unknown entity that no one can see except for him. And even Layla's trying to help him fight it. And then finally, he gives in to Mark and says, "Look, I gotta help you. Let me in, and I can help you." So he finally allows him in. He's able to run away from it, and then able to stab it on top of a high building. And then finally, he doesn't realize that he does not have the scarab, and then that Arthur now has it. And even him and the Moon God start having a discussion. And the reason why that he's so mad at Steven is because Steven's telling him that, I don't want to be like you, and because of you, my life's gone to hell. I can't have a date, I can't sleep, I can't have a job because of everything that is because of you. And he even says, "You've lied to your wife. You're trying to get away from her. You're a killer." And he's trying to explain, like, you see where Mark's trying to explain, but he doesn't have the time to explain because he wants control of the body. That way they can be free and they can live their life, I'm assuming. So it's really interesting of how they develop split personalities. I'm assuming it was probably when he was younger, maybe. I don't know. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about Moon Knight, but the episode ends where I'm guessing Mark/Steven is in Egypt now, and they're going to have to, I guess, stop Arthur from going after the tomb to where he can raise this goddess so that way they can stop her. So it's going to be very interesting, I think, for the next episode. Like I said, I know Moon Knight's getting a lot of hell right now. I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's the best, series in the world. I think it's interesting to watch, but probably not that excited to watch, in my own opinion. You can probably wait a few days or even wait till the series is fully out and then just binge watch, or you can just be like me, watching it every single week if you want to. That is up to you. That is your decision. I'm not going to bash the show because, again, it's one of those, I'm in the middle. I don't hate the show, but I don't love the show. It's one of those I could go with or without. But let me know what you guys thought about this episode. What are you enjoying most about Moon Knight? What are you least liking about Moon Knight? Please let me know down in the comments down below. If you guys are new to the channel, still subscribing. Leave a big fat like on the video if you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys are enjoying the new content on the channel as well. And I'll be seeing you guys on the next one.